That Allah Ta'ala has kept in this world as well. In English we say time flies when you're having fun. If somebody drives up outside the masjid in a Vauxhall Astra old model or a Fiat Punto or something, we won't give it a second glance. But if somebody drives up in a fat car, Hot Wheels, people will stand there and look at it. Kasme, bro, leather interior, bro, look at those, check out those alloys, bro. And before you know it, oh, I'm late for school, I'm late for namaz. Half an hour's passed. That's one example. Another example, when people go to Alton Towers, school trip or something, when they come back, you say to them, bro, how was it? He said, Kasme, bro, we had so much fun. Brother, it was raining. Was it? They didn't even realize it was pouring down. They were having so much fun. Brother, the queues were 3 miles long. You have to stand in the queue for 3 hours. Did we? No, we didn't. You did, in the rain, in the cold. But because you were enjoying yourself, you didn't even realize. So a person there, he will stand there. And there, another kind of pleasure which we haven't witnessed yet, the Sahaba Kiram had a pleasure in the ibadat. Usman radiallahu ta'ala, Allahu Akbar. Just as we enjoy ourselves in disobeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in following our desires, and we can while away hours on end in idle pursuits because we're enjoying ourselves. Just surfing the net, oh, is it 2 o'clock already? The Sahaba Kiram enjoyed that pleasure, the sweetness of paradise in their ibadat. One Sahabi, he says, I just finished doing my ibadah and I was getting ready to go. I was in front of the Kaaba. I sat there for a while. I thought, let me look at the Kaaba. And I'm just sitting there. In the meantime, a person walked into the Haram Sharif, into the Mataf, and he had his slippers dangling in his hand, and he tossed his slippers aside, and he went and stood in front of the Kaaba, and he said, Allahu Akbar, and he started his salat. And I was about to go, but this person started reciting the Quran, and he had a beautiful voice, so I started listening to him. And I thought, let me sit here, listen to for a while, because it's rewarding just to listen to the Quran as well, and such a beautiful voice. So he says, I'm sitting there listening, and this person starts reciting, and he's reciting, and he's reciting, and I'm thinking to myself, when's he going to go into ruku? So I wait until he finishes the first juz, the first para. I thought maybe after the first he'll go into ruku. After the first he starts the second. I'm thinking, maybe this after the second, let me wait. And I sat and I listened, and he finished the second and he didn't go into ruku. And he thought, let me wait and let me see. So he kept on reciting and I kept on listening. He kept on reciting. He reached half of the Quran and he's still not gone into ruku. Now I'm curious, that who is this guy who's reciting half the Quran in one rakat of his salat? And he kept on reciting and I kept on listening, and I sat there until this person completed the whole of the Quran in one rakat of his salat. Then he went into ruku. And I just sat there, bewildered, transfixed, thinking, who is this? Now I want to know, who is this person? Who is this blessed person who finishes the whole of the Quran in one rakat? And the holy month of Ramadan is coming up. We'll choose our masjids carefully. That's a nice masjid, but the Imam Sahib prays a bit too slow. And we ask people, brother, mashallah, how's your Ramzan going? Alhamdulillah. Where do you pray your Taraweeh, brother? How long does it take? 1 hour, 25 minutes. Oh, is that all in? All inclusive? That's what we ask. Isn't it? Allah. And if the Imam starts praying too slow, people go and complain to him. And this person is recited the whole Quran in one rakat. And he says, I'm sitting there waiting for him. And he finishes his salat. And I'm waiting for him to see who is this blessed person. Because he starts to walk off and I follow him. Until when the moonlight falls onto his face, I look carefully and I see that it is Amirul Mu'mineen, Hazrat Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu ta'ala. He is the ruler of the Muslims at that time. Imagine how busy he must be. And yet, in one rakat, in witr namaz, every night, he would complete the reading of the whole Quran. Every night. Allahu Akbar. 2 Sahabi are posted on the mountain.